The Wellness Show, episode 310. This is your host, Tyhson Banighen, the Empath Business Strategist. I help empaths discover their divine gifts, remove obstacles, and achieve true success. Want some help? Give me a call. Toll free in North America, 1-866-369-7464. Or internationally, 1250-803-2480. Welcome to the Wellness Show, a podcast on health and wealth. I'm your host, Tyhson Banighen, the founder of the Extraordinary Healing Arts Academy. Join me as we get the latest insight, tips, and strategies from wellness providers, coaches, and successful, heart-centered entrepreneurs, and much, much more. This is Tyhson Banighen, and this is the Wellness Show. And I'm excited to have Georgie Deyn here, and our topic today is singing with the angels to heal souls. And so welcome to the show, Georgie.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be on here.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you on here as well. Talking and singing with angels is always something that I think is really quite appropriate. I've been working with angels for the last couple of years, and so I'm excited to see how you've come across that. So tell me, how did angels come into your life?
So I had been working with angels after first doing Reiki back in 1999. And when I got up after having my attunement, there was a white feather on the chair. And the Reiki master said, "You're going to be working with angels." And not long after that, I just started sensing them, seeing little lights, feeling like touches, soft like feathers being stroked on my skin when I was meditating. But I also had a separate life. So I had my healing and my angelic work, and then I had my singing and my teaching theatre study. And it wasn't until my ego was driving me to be this famous jazz singer, which led me to a bit of a meltdown, which led me to seek more spiritual awareness and healing. And it was in a spiritual circle in 2010 that I went into a very deep altered state, and an angel sang through me. Everybody in the group said that my face changed. I looked younger, my hair looked longer, there was a golden glow around me, and the lady that was running the circle, she spoke directly to the angel and asked questions. And the angel said that her name would be unpronounceable to human ears, so just to call her Love, and that he'd come to help me heal myself through singing, and then I would go on to help other people clear blocks to their soul's path and align them to their divine design, if you like.
Wow. So do you actually help people set their soul song free, so to speak?
Yeah, I do. It's a process. So it's I work with people over Skype or video call or in person or in groups, and we do some meditations, activations, and get them connected to their heart song, their soul song, connecting them to their angelic self, if you like, as well as their angelic guides.
So did they start singing themselves, or did they just get an angelic communication, or how does it help? How does it happen for different people? Or does it...
I work with them. So for instance, I mean, it's probably easier for me to demonstrate.
All right, go for
it. So for instance, we work through 10 chakras, not just the 7 in the body, but the higher chakras and the earth star below your feet. And each chakra connects to an archangel. So my favorite one to demonstrate is Archangel Raphael. because he was the first archangel that I started working with hands-on healing. So I would get the people in the group to work with me. First of all, we breathe in the essence of Archangel Raphael. And then we'd sing, Raphael, 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 Raphael. And then allow whatever tones want to come out. So for instance, it may be Now, if people aren't that confident to start with, then they start by just saying Raphael, 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 and hum.
Right.
And also the language of the angels is coming through now. So it might be something like this. I don't want to just like pretend to do it. So just let me tune in with Raphael and speak the angel language as well. So for those people that just aren't ready to sing, there's also the alternative of humming or allowing the angelic language to come through. But for me, the singing is what really gets me out of my head and into my heart and out of the constraints of the physical dimension and the time we're in. And it puts you into this space where miracles can happen.
Wow, I love that. Can we actually try it together?
Sure.
All right,
So
let's try it.
Start with singing Raphael or go straight?
Sure. I like Raphael, yeah.
Okay, let's be interesting. So are you a baritone or a tenor?
I have no idea.
I've got a feeling you're going to be a baritone, which is good because I'm a mezzo, so we should complement one another.
All right, go for it.
Raphael, Raphael, Raphael. Ayanarati ayanarashia naratisi iyanarat ayanarasi.
Well, that's beautiful. It's really beautiful. I all of a sudden understand how and what you're doing.
Oh.
So thank you very much for that. Hopefully others that are tuning into the show can understand as well. One, I do have the experience of a workshop called Set Your Soul Song Free in Hawaii, in which we would do what you're doing, but using different phrases. And it was amazing how just by doing it together, we could free our voices. And there was an example of somebody who clammed up doing their bar mitzvah, and he was able to release all the trauma in the voice cavity so he could sing the whole
Wow.
thing. I mean, it was just amazing. And just to add to that, and I was married in Haleakala Crater, and after that workshop, and as we climbed out of the crater, there was balls of rainbow coming through the mist, and we sang the singing sword, the silver swords are singing, and it was in every level on the switchback trail. It was an overtone as people sang because we had
Yeah.
practiced together, and it was miraculous. So thank you for that, for reminding me of the times when I've been able to let my voice come through, which I don't do enough. And then last but not least, and I know this is about you, but I just have to say it, it really reminds me of Tom Kenyon. Have you had an experience with Tom Kenyon?
I've heard of Tom Kenyon, yeah. I haven't met him,
Yes.
but I've heard of him, and I've got one of his albums.
Oh, great, because he does that and he sings each angel and they come in. So you have a choir of angels, and that's what you're doing. And so thank you again. So that's really exciting. And so you help everybody release their own power of their voice. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And so do you do this in a group, or do you do it individually, or do you do it both?
Both. And I've got very exciting news. I don't know where I are in Canada, but as you know, I'm in Medjugorje in Bosnia. I was called here by Our Lady, Queen of the Angels, and somebody heard me singing and invited me to the Canadian Thanksgiving. There was
wonderful.
a luncheon, and I sang there, and there was a Canadian priest there who then invited me the next day to sing to his group. And then they invited me to go and sing at their church and do group sessions with people. So it's a very forward-thinking priest here.
Wow.
Although obviously they believe in angels, but yes, so that's just outside of Toronto.
Wonderful. So now you're there, and you're there to see, to make the connection with Mother Mary, correct?
She called me. I've been on a journey with Mother Mary since I wrote the Marry Me song. So I wrote a song 13 years ago when I had no connection to Mother Mary whatsoever. I was working with angels, but not with Mother Mary. And then 3 years after writing the song, I had an experience with Mother Mary. She came to me in a dream, put her hand on my heart. And when I woke up, I could still feel her presence and smell this heavenly smell. And then I've been on a journey ever since, connecting with her more deeply. And she's led me to Lourdes and Fatima, and then Medjugorje this year in July. And then my instructions were to come back. So she's given me lots more songs to record, and our 5th album is to be ready in time for Christmas. So yes, my connection with Mother Mary is becoming stronger and stronger and stronger.
So does she just appear to you in voice, or have you had the actual mystical experience? Because
I've not seen her, but the other day I was invited to the visionaries, one of the visionaries, Maria. There was an evening session. So in Medjugorje, they pray the rosary at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, depending on the time of year. Mm-hmm. And then at the 22, the next hour, they stop and welcome in Our Lady. And I was invited, very, very privileged. I've only been here 2 weeks, so it's quite unheard of. And it was very powerful. I had lots of tears before I went, then praying the rosary in loads of different languages, listening to all different people over the world praying together. And then when Our Lady came, it was just a real peace in the room. But then when I left the building and came back to the B&B that I'm staying in, the hotel, I sat down talking to the owner, and that's when I felt Our Lady stroking my hair.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like that trip has been well worth it, and you're only at the beginning of this journey there, right?
Yeah,
Well, an
definitely.
awful lot's happened in such a short time.
I know.
And you wanted me to talk about or ask you about how how do you write the songs with Marcus?
Oh, so Marcus, let me grab a little CD to show you, because Marcus obviously isn't here. Can
Hold
you
it a
see
little
the
bit
gentleman?
closer. Oh, there you are. There, it's in focus now.
Yeah, that's Marcus.
Yeah.
And we met after I had the Marry Me song, and I'd been singing it a cappella for many years. And I said, okay, Mary, if you want me to get this song out, then please, Mother, help me find the right musician to work with. And a few weeks later, I was invited to sing at a Mind, Body, Spirit event. And while I was there, a girl heard me singing and she said, have you recorded that? And I said, I'm still looking for a pianist. And she said, I know someone. His name's Marcus. She gave me his card, contacted him. We met up and we haven't stopped working together. We're on our 5th album. So there's a couple of, the first process was, well, I had the Marry Me song.
Yeah.
So I sang the song a cappella. He got it into his system and he came up with the backing, piano backing. And then he gave me some backings that he'd done, like instrumentals. And then I went away and channeled words and melodies to go with them. So that was very much the first album,
Yeah.
The Mystical. That's how that album was made, through Marcus giving me backing tracks and me going away. Then the second album, The Heavens, that was slightly different. That was me saying to Marcus, okay, I feel we need something in the key of F. And then he'd come up with he'd find a drone pad on his system. And then I'd start channeling something, some sort of, well, for instance, there's a track called Medicine Woman. And I would start channeling something that really wasn't my voice, because it was, it's like, I do not sing like that.
Right.
Well, and then we'd have, and then there'd be another layer, a similar thing. And then he'd mix it, and then he'd add in some drums and some other instruments. And that's how that album was made. And then I guess most of the albums since have been made in that way. So I've felt a name come into my mind. For instance, the third album has got Marry Me on, my first song. I'll sing a little bit of Marry Me if you'd like.
All right.
Marry me, hold me in your arms and care for me, keep me safe and free from harm. Marry me. So we didn't put that on the first 2 albums because it just didn't fit. So we knew that it had to be of a different, it was a different vibe completely. And so Marry Me opens this album, and then we've got angel tracks, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, pure tones, very, I would say, similar to some of Tom Kenyon's stuff. Right. In retrospect, his Mary Magdalene album, where it's like pure tones, we've got quite a lot of that. Well, there's 5 tracks like that. And then Lady of the Rose. Lady of the Rose is the last song on this album. And that again is that people can take that differently. Some people say that it's Mary Magdalene, Lady of the Rose.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. I mean, I have a closeness to Mary Magdalene more so than Mother Mary, but that's just me. But they're so closely, in my mind, they're so closely associated. I mean, they're same auric field.
Yes. Yes.
But and then I work with the Divine Mother. So Divine Mother, Mother Mary, and Mary Magdalene are part of. Well, I'm getting shivers when I say that. Part of the Divine Feminine. They're
Part of
all,
the divine collective, yeah.
the collective soul for
Yeah.
bringing that Divine Feminine through to the physicality. So yes. So how did the name the
I
Seraphisa?
totally get that. Seraphisa came about because Marcus didn't want it to be too obvious that it was angels, although I'm all about angels, and the albums aren't just about angels. To be fair, the mystical. There is a song where I sing, Shekinah, Shekinah, make me worthy of your name. So Shekinah is divine feminine.
Yes, it is. The sacred divine feminine.
Sacred divine feminine.
Found in the center of the Rosicrucian Lodge, by the way, and ceremonially there.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow. So, well, Seraphisa are the Seraphim are the angels who sing to Creator, Mother, Father.
Yes, and I've been working with them recently too. There's a whole series of archangels that are willing to work with humans. Only recently this come back to planet Earth. So yeah, that's very exciting as well to be able to do that. So you're very, very fortunate to be able to work with a seraphim. You get to sing with God.
I know.
Well,
I mean, I do now. I think coming here has really made me feel that every time I sing, I'm not just performing, but I'm singing to Creator.
Right.
And I'm singing to the Creator or the Christ or the divine spark within the person. I'm not singing to their ego. I'm singing to their higher aspect of themselves. If that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely. And what a contrast, you wanting to be the prominent, dominant jazz singer, right? Which was all about pizzazz and stage presence. And I mean, and here you are having to get totally out of your ego and be the divine channel, right? So interesting contrast. So how do people get hold of your albums and how do they follow you?
Right, well, so I've got two websites, but the music website is seraphisamusic.com.
Okay, great.
So that's Seraphisa, SERAPHISA music.com.
Yeah.
And if they want to work with me as opposed to get the music, then that's Angelic Harmony Therapy.com.
So do you want to say anything else about Angelic Therapy before we close up?
Yeah, so with Harmony Therapy, I can offer one-to-one sessions with people and give them some guidance and work as a therapist. Mm-hmm. Or I also work as a teacher so that other people can become Angelic Harmony Therapy practitioners. So and they go away with.
Take? Pardon? How long does that usually take? Out of curiosity.
It's a day's course working one-on-one, or if I do it over Skype, I tend to split it up into sections. So I might do 3 2-hour sets, and then I ask people to spend 40 days working on themselves, getting those angels aligned with the chakras, raising their vibration. So, but the actual study with me is done in sort of like a day, 6 hours.
Right. And so from that, are you then speaking the language of light, or are you seeing the angels' names, or both, or what?
You know what? The more the practitioner surrenders, the more the practitioner hands it up, the quicker their light language or angelic language and their singing will improve because they get out of the way and the
Right.
angels come through. So it's getting them to allow themselves to be a pure channel so that it's not them, it's
Right.
the angels.
All right.
It's the ascended masters.
One last question about the language of light. Tell me, what is the value of the language of light? I mean, is it
I
because of the two?
believe.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. I believe one, it attunes you to the angelic realms, and two, it bypasses the brain.
Yes.
Goes straight into the soul and the heart and the cells and in the subconscious.
So it's actually like an attunement. So if you were singing or if you're using a language of light and saying it, then you're actually attuning everybody in that room then that's hearing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I get it. So any last things that you'd like to say as we wrap up? I mean, I could be talking to the rest of my life, so.
If anybody's got any more questions for me, please do get in touch with me. I'm on Facebook, Angelic Harmony Therapy. Just reach out to me while I'm here in Medjugorje, prayers, to Our Lady. Mary Magdalene's obviously here. Talking about Mary Magdalene, there's a statue of the risen Christ, and there's fluid that comes out of the knees.
My goodness.
And the scientists say that it's similar to tears. No one can find where this liquid is coming from. Now, so somebody said, well, why would tears come out of a knee? I said, because the tears aren't coming from the eyes of Christ. The tears are coming from Mary Magdalene, potentially.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for that. Well, give her a little hug for me, if that's appropriate, or a little divine blessing, or
yes,
say the rosary or whatever is appropriate to for Mary Magdalene. I would appreciate that. I love that you're on this journey, and may you have many, many discoveries, and may it illuminate you so you can illuminate all the people that you meet. It sounds like you already are doing that in a short 2 weeks. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank
you for having me.
Well, thanks for showing up. So bye for now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
For quality online wellness products, courses, and services, visit our sponsors, thewellnessstore.ca and the Extraordinary Healing Arts Academy located at thewellnessacademy.ca. To stay in touch, visit us at thewellnessshow.ca. And until next time, be healthy, wealthy, and wise.